Hey guys, your host Thomas Tyree here from On the Hot Podcast here. Today, I have some bonus content for you guys. The bonus content we'll be covering today will be in the sport of football inside the college football world. And today, I'll be sharing my thoughts on Bill Belichick becoming the next head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels. So, the news shook the entire landscape of college football yesterday when the greatest NFL coach of all time, Bill Belichick, decided to take his talents to the college football world inside with the North Carolina Tar Heels. Now, looking at this contract here, it looks like Bill Belichick is guaranteed to be the head coach for 3 years. The 3 years could earn him $30 million. If it goes on to a 5-year deal, he can make up to $50 million on a 5-year deal. And there's a lot of incentives in that. So Bill Belichick can make more than just $30 to $50 million coaching the North Carolina Tar Heels, depending on what he accomplishes as the North Carolina Tar Heels head coach. So listen, I did not have this on my bingo cards for 2025 with Bill Belichick coaching once again, but at the college football level. I didn't think that would happen. Neither did I think Bill Belichick would go to the ACC and coach the North Carolina Tar Heels, a university is known for being a basketball school rather than a football school. So this is still bizarre to me to think that Bill Belichick is going to be coaching for the North Carolina Tar Heels. And there's history there. Bill Belichick's father used to be assistant head coach there for the North Carolina Tar Heels in the 1950s. So it seems like he was pretty content with making this decision. Also, I think there wasn't really any sexy NFL job openings for Bill Belichick for sake of the future. I mean, last year, that Falcons job looked really good to take. They went in a different direction. Same with the Washington Commanders, building that team over again. They went in a different direction. So I don't think there was really anything intriguing for Bill Belichick to take in the NFL. Maybe that Chicago Bears job, but I don't think he wanted really any parts of that. But we all knew he was going to become the next Cowboys head coach. But Bill Belichick, I want to see what he does at the collegiate level. I want to see how he takes over the ACC conference, a winnable conference that a team like Clemson could be going down. They're not as strong as they once were a few years ago, being a national championship team with Dabo Swinney. Cam Ward's going to the NFL draft. The Miami Hurricanes should take a step back next year. I think this is a winnable conference. I want to see how Bill Belichick handles the transfer portals, how he handles players wanting NIL deals. I want to see how he could bring in recruits from high school. This is going to be something fun to watch of what Bill Belichick could possibly do with the North Carolina Tar Heels in his time in college football. So this is definitely huge. And I want to see if Bill Belichick could become a factory school. Obviously, Bill Belichick has been around the NFL for countless decades, basically his whole life. And I want to see if they could become the new factory school. And what I mean by a factory school, I want to see if North Carolina can be a factory school in terms of developing NFL talent, like big-time schools like Alabama has done. Nick Saban, what he's done, a tremendous job over there. Now Ohio State, what Ryan Day and several others have done over the years. Urban Meyer, his time being at Ohio State, they have put together a factory school of producing NFL talent. How about Georgia, what Kirby Smart has done over the years in Georgia, developing pros to go to the next level, being prepared to go to the next level at the NFL draft, being high draft picks, with Bill Belichick having the knowledge, being around the game of football for so long, and having connections in the NFL. I don't see how North Carolina would not be a strictly factory school of developing young talent to go to the NFL, preparing them for the next level in the NFL. But my thing with Bill Belichick is it makes college football even more intriguing to watch for next season. I mean, college football it's a best. I think this is the best time to be a college football fan. Due to the fact that NIL deals are there, you can see transfer portals there. Teams, a team that could be at the bottom tier of their conference could turn around to be a tremendous team with the help of recruiting, the transfer portal, the NIL deals that attract these athletes with more money can attract them to play for different conferences at different schools. So I think this is the best time to be a college football fan, especially with the college football playoffs expanding. But going back on topic, this brings more eyes and more attention to college football because look at what Deion Sanders did. Deion Sanders being a former football player, and Deion Sanders arguably being one of the best defensive backs in NFL history, a Hall of Famer at that, and won Super Bowls in his NFL career. So when you talk about what Deion Sanders has done with Colorado, the Colorado Buffaloes, they were really not even mentioned in college football until the prime time effect of what Deion Sanders did. Now you're seeing Bill Belichick can have possibly the same effect with the North Carolina Tar Heels. Like I just said, they're known for being a basketball school, and everybody knows this. But now, having the greatest NFL coach of all time, a six-time Super Bowl champion, a great defensive-minded coach, one of the greatest defensive minds in NFL history and football history at that. Now you're bringing them to a school in North Carolina. This brings more attention to the ACC conference that realistically, in terms of popularity and skill level, they're the third best conference and the powerhouse conferences behind the Big Ten and the SEC. So now you're bringing Bill Belichick there to bring more eyes, more attention, and he's probably going to get that effect of having primetime games for North Carolina the same way that Deion Sanders did, having Colorado play in the Pac-12 and the Big 12 since he's been there. So this is going to be definitely huge for college football, and I definitely think in a year or two, give it 1 to 2 years, Bill Belichick can help this team be a top 25 team and be ACC champions. Like I just mentioned, Dabo Swinney, the Clemson Tigers yes, they're in the playoffs now and they're ACC champions, but they're not the same Clemson Tigers program that we seen when Deshaun Watson was winning the national titles, when Trevor Lawrence was winning the national titles a few years ago. They're not the same team because of how the landscape has changed. Miami Hurricanes, they've been a pretty good team, but that was a lot assisted to Cam Ward, one of the best quarterbacks heading into the draft this year. So I think they're definitely going to take a step back because the defense did not play well all year long. So this is a really, in my opinion, I don't want to say the word easy, but this is a conference where Bill Belichick can comfortably take over the ACC conference. And I could see them being an ACC champion in the next year or so. And that being a playoff team as well in the 12-team format. So this is going to be a school where if you want to be an NFL player, you want to worry about nothing. You don't want to worry about partying, drinking, the females on college campus. You want to do everything football. North Carolina is going to be the school to build you up the 3 to 4 years to be ready for the NFL level. Bill Belichick knows how to do that, and he's produced a lot of talent in New England with the New England Patriots. Yes, he's had some Hall of Fame players play alongside of him, but think about all the players that he helped develop over the years to be top-tier talent in the NFL today. So I think this school is going to be a school that prepares you better than nobody else. But I will close out by saying this. I think Bill Belichick's going to be prepared. I think you're going to see a lot of his former coaches from his coaching tree on the sidelines with him for North Carolina. He hasn't announced who's going to be a part of his team yet, but I think there's some possible candidates that used to be on his coaching staff for the New England Patriots. I'm talking about Joe Judge, who was a special teams coordinator with the New England Patriots, and his time with the Patriots obviously failed as the New York Giants head coach. But I think Joe Judge would be a good special teams coach. We got to put into consideration Josh McDaniels, offensive coordinator that was there for a very long time and helped win a lot of Super Bowls in New England with Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and the New England Patriots. His last stint, the last time we saw him, he failed as a Raiders head coach. But I think as an offense coordinator, he could possibly be good at the collegiate level. And Matt Patricia, another guy that, once again, was a part of the Bill Belichick dynasty at one point as a defensive coordinator. He's fizzled out in the league. He failed as the Lions head coach and didn't do well last year as the Eagles defensive coordinator. But I think these guys, being back a part of Bill Belichick's coaching tree, can do a good job transforming this North Carolina team and possibly making them a powerhouse threat in college football. In the ACC, a weaker conference, in my opinion, that they can go out and take over this conference. So we'll see what happens. I think Bill Belichick definitely has a bright future with the North Carolina Tar Heels, and I'm definitely excited to see how this goes next season in college football. But that's all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing out, and I'll see you guys on next week's episode.